This is a typical 3D building, and if I just turn on my 3D profile with a bit of color, you'll see that we have some overhangs, we have some balconies around here and wing walls. We also have inset stories, different story heights coming in at different levels, and then we also have some canopies over here and here. So very simply, if I just go to loading and wind loading, and I first of all choose my direction of winds I want to consider and whether or not I want to use a wind analysis program, I do. I'm just going to set the 4 principal angles with internal pressures. I'm going to set it to be a steel building and my angle to north to be 0. So I just close that. Back to loading, wind loads, and globally reduced values. Now what I can do here is I can go to any view and very quickly turn the view filters on to go for orientation and turn on only inclined members, and that's going to give me all my bracing. So I'm now going to apply all of these bracing members except for that one, and that one, which are really canopy members, and that little one over there, and they will now take the wind loading. Just turn off 3D, you can see that selection process a lot easier. So there's all those highlighted, and they will take wind on a global basis rather than local basis. And being Eurocode, we don't create different ones for different A values, we just have the one set. And turn off the filter, back to the full frame. Now coming down, we now want to set where our building is, and if I go to grid reference finder and type in a postcode, and that's my location, and I know that it's actually in the middle of this field, so I put a wee point here, just click on the point, copy the grid reference, return back to my wind and pop in my grid reference, press enter, and there we go, southwest Manchester, and I will lock that site down. So nothing else required, using the Eurocode method, and we're doing a standard once in 50 years wind analysis. So step 3 done. Coming back to loads, wind panels. The most difficult part is the creation of wind panels, and I have no wind panels initially, and very simply I can come along and grab a wind panel. If I just turn the structure around, you'll see that I can continue on with that as I need to do so and build up my panels. But that's slow and laborious, just going to kill that. Instead, I can go and I can just say auto wall, and it's automatically give me all the wind panels. So what it's done is it's taking these as full height. It does not understand the inset story here or the inset stories here and here. So we need to do this just a wee bit finer. So kill that. So we're going to go to 2 stories, up to the 3rd, and then the 4th, and then the roof. So front view. I am now going to filter up to the 2nd story, just above it, nice and neat, and then do auto on these panels, and you will see let's grab them all and set out where we have the inset story, the roof as well. So back out to full view in the front view and filter, and now do the next story from just below to just above, and ask it to auto this, and now you'll see that we have done the additional level with its inset stories as well, the 2 balconies. And back out to full, put in the front view and window again using the filter from just below to just above, and then auto, and we will again see that we've got some more floors which are inset. Back out to full, put it in the front, and then using the filter's more powerful than zoom because it removes the other members from the actual view. Totally doesn't have any members down here, and I just go auto to complete the design, and back to full, and you will now see that it's done all the members, and you will also notice that it's identified the parapets as being separate from the rest of the building. And Nothing else in this case needs to be tidied up. It's even identified that little canopy here from this overhang in this inset story. So that is how quick it is to get that. Finally, let's look at some loading cases. And if I go to load cases and look at it, we have 2 loading cases. We can create additional cases, but before we do that, a quick check. Am I working to the right code of practice? Yes, I am, Eurocode. And now, instead of creating them manually, I'll just go to Edit, and I will say I'll have dead plus live, I'll have live only, I'll have dead plus live plus wind with the wind leading, dead plus live plus wind with the live leading, and then dead plus wind favourable and unfavourable, so we get all the permutations and we get our wind directions and everything. And I'm just going to say, yep, let's replace them all and say go, and I now have 181 loading cases. So many because we've got the internal suction and pressure, and so many because we've also got the repeat of the 610A and 610B loading cases as we elected to use, and so many because we've got the different leading pressures, internal pressure, internal suction. So that is the wind analysis done very, very quickly.